Welcome to Redtastic. Story 1. I, 23 female, just got home a few hours ago from my brother's, 28 male's, girlfriend's baby shower, and I'm still upset. I'm not sure if I overreacted or not, so I'm posting here while it's fresh. My brother's girlfriend, Alyssa, 27 female, is pregnant with their first baby. We're not super close, but I've always been polite and tried to get along with her. That said, there's been some weird tension since the beginning. Mostly subtle things like side comments when family gives me attention, making things competitive with birthdays or holidays. For example, she once got mad because a family friend complimented me at a potluck and didn't do the same for her, and she pouted the rest of the night. That kind of stuff. I've let a lot slide because I don't want to cause drama. A few weeks ago, she texted me an invite to her baby shower. In the same message, she wrote that they were asking guests to contribute $50 to help cover food and decorations. She added her Venmo and said to send it by the 10th. I was a little thrown off. I've been to a few baby showers and I've never heard of anyone charging admission. But I didn't want to make things awkward, so I just sent her the 50. No one else mentioned anything, and I figured whatever, it was just 50. The shower was today. I brought a gift bag with some nice baby items, a gift card, and a custom wall hanging I'd ordered weeks ago. It was a thoughtful gift and I was genuinely happy to give it. While chatting with a few people at the event, I found out that no one else had paid for admission. So I quietly dragged my mom and asked if she and dad had paid for admission. I thought maybe it was an immediate family thing, but she just looked at me like I'm crazy. I didn't say anything after that, but the more I thought about it, the more it felt like I was singled out. I didn't say anything to Alyssa. I just quietly grabbed my gift from the table when no one was looking and left. About 2 hours later, I got a text from her. "Did you leave?" Then later, "Petty much? Taking a baby gift back is crazy. You embarrassed me." I haven't responded. My brother hasn't reached out yet either, but I assume he will. Nobody else knows the full story yet. I haven't told him or anyone else in the family. Maybe I should have just let it go and chalked it up to her being weird with me. But I felt humiliated and taken advantage of. Who asks their baby's aunt to pay an entrance fee while everyone else gets in for free? Now I'm wondering if I overreacted by walking out and taking the gift. I did not want to cause a scene, but I also didn't want to be the one paying to attend something that's supposed to be about celebrating a new baby. Am I the a-hole? Update. About 5 hours after I posted, Alyssa dropped a long, all-caps rant in the big family group chat. She accused me of stealing joy, ruining her day, and being cheap. Most of the family hadn't even realized I had slipped out, so the chat went silent while everyone tried to figure out what she was talking about. One cousin finally asked, "Wait, OP, what happened?" I answered truthfully. She asked me for a $50 entry fee. I paid it. Turns out no one else was asked. I felt singled out and humiliated, so I left. Cue total confusion. My brother chimed in saying he had no idea I had paid anything, and that they certainly didn't charge an entry fee. My parents started calling me on the side, asking if I was sure and why I was trying to start drama. Family asked Alyssa to explain. She doubled down. It was optional. She misunderstood. She's just being dramatic as usual. I let that hang for a minute and let everyone speculate how I must have misunderstood, etc. Then posted one screenshot, her Venmo request with the exact wording. "We are asking guests to contribute $50. Please send before the 10th. Silence. Then the chat lit up. Aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone wanted to know why she singled me out. Alyssa quit replying after that. My mom called again, begging me to delete the screenshot for family peace. Too late for that. Everyone had seen it. And some drama-loving few probably had already saved it. About an hour later, my brother rang me furious. He said Alyssa was sobbing, felt attacked, and that I had humiliated a pregnant woman over $50. He finished with, "She doesn't want you around the baby when he's born." I told him calmly that I'm not punishing anyone. I just refused to be treated differently. If that means I missed the newborn stage, I can live with it. I wasn't going to be guilted into pretending this didn't happen just because she's pregnant. He hung up. Since then, half the family is berating Alyssa for lying. A few are mad I exposed it publicly. The rest are staying out of it. My parents keep flip-flopping. At one point, they're hurt that their future daughter-in-law singled me out, but also wishing the drama would disappear. Next year, I'm moving to a different city for work anyways, so if Alyssa wants distance, she'll get it. I'm out $50 and one baby gift, but at least the spotlight's off me trying to defend myself in private. Guess I learned the hard way that screenshots really are forever. Story 2. I feel like this may sound ungrateful, but I'm not trying to be. Every single one of my son's Christmas and birthday gifts that come from his father's parents and grandmother are used things. They pick up these items at yard sales and flea markets. My biggest issue with this is the fact that they don't even clean the stuff, and it's usually junk. This has been going on since he was born. My baby shower gift from them was a used girl's swing that broke a few days later. Everything is always in poor condition. I can't stress enough how dirty everything always looks. For instance, on his last birthday, he was given a clothing item covered in dog hair. Most of the time is old toys. I have found crusty old boogers more than once. They have never given him something new. Here are some more clarifications and some more information. They frequent yard sales and flea markets a lot. I don't think they are going there for the sole purpose of finding my son's gifts. My son's father and I are not together. We have a good co-parenting relationship though. I have talked to him about this issue, and he told me not to say anything but just throw the stuff away. I've brought this up to him many times, and he doesn't want to hear it anymore. He will not say anything to them, especially his mother, my son's grandmother. My son's father did not receive used things growing up. They pretty much gave him a brand new house recently. Other grandchildren in the family are a lot older and they receive large checks on Christmas and birthday gifts, just like the adults. I have seen other people in the past get used things, but they have always been antiques or hard to find things that were requested. I believe that these people are somewhat frugal in day-to-day life, but nothing too crazy. They live in a very nice home but have basic cars. They do a lot of traveling. I would say at least 8 vacations a year. OP, you are not the a-hole. Gift giving does not have to be about money at all. Without spending a lot of money, you can give lovely gifts. Giving worn-out, filthy items to OP's son is a disgrace. And the fact that they only do it to OP's son and not the rest of the family demonstrates what sort of message they are trying to convey. This is extremely depressing, and they are questionably depressing a-holes. Now for some comments. Not the a-hole. If they did it for everyone, it would be quirky. The fact they only do it to your child is some sort of passive-aggressive message that they don't value him as much for some reason. Honestly, I would sit down with them and ask what the deal is. Don't go in guns blazing, but sincerely ask them what is wrong. You may get blowback, but it's worth the conversation. Say something like, you find it really bizarre that your son gets old dirty gifts while no one else does. You're not asking because you expect expensive things, but in the future, you won't be accepting broken, dirty items into your home. Maybe they resent OP because OP and her father's son aren't together or something. The son's father really sucks here because it's his family and the rules are that you deal with your own family. And he's okay with his child receiving unsanitary items. It seems like a direct frick you from them. OP, you are not the a-hole, but you're going to have to be the one to talk to them since your ex can't be a big boy. Not the a-hole. Sounds like they're sending a message. It's a terrible gesture, and the fact that your ex is tired of hearing about it rather than fuming is a good indicator that they have already told him why they act the way they do. For whatever reason, they don't value their grandson, and every shitty piece of trash they send is another insult that they are probably surprised to still get away with. At this point, They have probably made a game out of how to one-up last year's junk. I would cut ties and maybe some brake lines. Just joking. Story 3. Number 1. This is my second wife. My first wife passed away 3 years ago. Number 2. I had 3 kids with my first wife. 2 are in college in our home country, Egypt. I have no kids with my current wife. Number 3. I don't live in Egypt. I'm working in KSA. My wife and third child live in KSA with me. And we do go to Egypt on vacations. Number 4. Our house in Egypt is big. 2 living rooms, 2 doors, etc. It looks like 2 houses, with a small hallway between the 2 living rooms. However, we usually have the hallway open as we do move between the 2 living rooms a lot. Houses are not separated. So, we needed to get some papers from our room back in Egypt. She had left the keys with sister-in-law when we last went there. So sister-in-law took the keys and went to the house. Sister-in-law does not live near us. My children were at home sitting and heard movement in the second living room which scared them. But they decided to check it out. It was sister-in-law. She got the papers and decided to stay for 2 days because her home is far. No problem, the house is big. Besides, she's my sister-in-law, so there's no issue with her staying. Now, during those 2 days, she was going around like there was no one in the house, refusing to eat with my children, always bought or made her own food, barely talked to them, and most of the time kept the hallway door closed, locked with a key. Naturally, the children got annoyed by that. When I talked to my wife about it and told her that sister-in-law should have informed the children that she was coming instead of just getting in without anyone's knowledge, and shouldn't have locked the hallway door, as the children sometimes go to the other living room. Honestly, didn't care if she didn't want to interact. My wife took it personal. Her main point was, why should my sister ask your kids for permission to get into my house or lock a door in it? To which I responded, there's nothing like your house. This is everyone's house. Your sister should have respected that there are people in the house. She should inform them, not ask for permission. And she shouldn't lock doors for no reason, as it's a real gesture. She didn't even respond. She just said, I need a break, and left. Am I being an a-hole here? Was I wrong for getting upset at what sister-in-law did? Now for some comments. Not the a-hole. You are correct. It's your family's house, not one individual's house. Sister-in-law overstepped by first inviting herself to stay in someone's house, and second by locking the door to a shared room of the house, making her the a-hole. Your wife is also the a-hole for her reaction and basically taking a sister's side in this. Not the a-hole, and honestly, I think that's very generous of you to say it's everyone's house, since it sounds like it was acquired and maintained before you remarried. That mindset alone shows you're 100% not the a-hole, and your wife and her sister are acting entitled. If your sister-in-law can't handle being polite to your kids, she could have just gone home ASAP. It was her choice to be rude instead, and no one has to be okay with that. You stripped her from an illusion that she owns the place. If you were polite, such as you quoted, I think, not the a-hole. You didn't say it's yours, you said it's everyone's, and that means she has to share just as the rest of you. I don't think anyone is a certified a-hole though, besides your sister-in-law. Don't lock doors in a place you have to share with others. Your wife's reaction seems immature, but not an a-hole move. If I were you though, I would keep an eye out about how they react to each other's negative actions, because if they support those, they might want to rip you off.